Hey, I'm Marcus Walter, and I'm the Weather Coach. And in this episode of the Weather Coach, I wanted to talk about Weather.gov. That's the main website operated by the National Weather Service, and it has a ton of information to help you in your career as a meteorologist and a broadcast meteorologist, or even a weather enthusiast. Excuse my many tabs. Let's see if I can separate that. There we go. We'll minimize that. We'll bring this back up. We'll also do Weather.gov. So it's pretty easy to go to. So Weather.gov is the website, and typically at the top of the page they have something about any active weather threatening the United States. And in this case, they have strong storms for the west and southwest, heavy snow for the northern plains and upper Midwest, and it goes on to talk about this next storm system impacting the U.S. Also, they have a map that's interactive. They usually have all of the alerts that are in place across the country. Where I am in northern Louisiana, we don't have any alerts at the moment, but if you go to the west across parts of New Mexico and southeastern Colorado, into parts of northern Texas, and western parts of Oklahoma, and even Kansas, there are some high wind concerns, and they typically have a legend that corresponds to the colors that you see on the map. There's winter weather concerns across parts of Nevada and even the Cascade Mountains of California. And then there are also winter weather advisories in place across northern parts of the Dakotas into northern Minnesota. So this is just the first page you typically come across when you go to weather.gov. I don't know why my mouth is all of a sudden getting watery. I think I snacked a little too close to the recording of this video. But either way, as you scroll down, you'll see a lot more helpful information. They have active alerts, they have past weather where you can look at climate data or past weather that's impacted your region or other parts of the United States. They have current conditions, they have forecasts. Whenever I'm going through my forecast process, I typically like to take a look at their fronts and precipitation maps just to see where the National Weather Service has drawn their fronts to see if it corresponds with what I'll likely see when I look at a forecast model. But this is the fronts that they draw at the National Weather Service. You can look at it and you can scroll across it through time as well. So this is at 15Z Tuesday, so that is 3 hours past 8 a.m. on the East Coast. So that would be 11 a.m. on the East Coast, so 10 a.m. Central Time. And so this is what they're saying for today, 10 a.m. Central Time, what the surface analysis should be. Now, as we track it going forward, you see they have it a little bit of an animation to show you how the fronts and systems move across the country throughout the week. For us here in Louisiana, we're expecting active weather by the time we get to Friday, and this map lines up with that pretty well in terms of rain that they're showing. But again, it has fronts, it has pressure bars, it has troughs, it has all of that to help tell the weather story across the country, and I find this page very useful. On this page, they also have just the feed of Twitter and Facebook for the National Weather Service, and they're always putting out a lot of helpful information talking about weather and how weather is impacting the country. So let's go to another part of the page. I'm going to go back, and we go back one more time. So that was a look at the surface analysis. I also like to take a look at the severe weather outlooks as well. So under forecast, there's severe weather. And once you click severe weather, it's usually a map of any threatening weather impacting the U.S. as we speak. And it usually has a little discussion in more detail off toward the right. Let me see if I can shrink this just a little bit so you can see a little bit better. So yeah, so it has different outlooks. It has the convective outlook, it has the fire weather outlook, the thunderstorm outlook. And if you click convective outlook, the link, you'll go to this page, which shows you the convective outlooks over the next 3 days. And then they have the probability of severe storms beyond 3 days, anywhere from 4 to 8 down here in this area where it says current day 4. So let me go to the first one. As of now, there's a thunderstorm risk in place across the northern parts of Arkansas, pretty much all of Missouri and southern parts of Illinois, as well as western Tennessee and western Kentucky. And it usually has a discussion that talks about it in more detail, what atmospheric features are passing through that's creating this risk for active weather. Now you can advance to day 2 to see where the storm threat is, and it shifts farther north into northern parts of Missouri through northern Illinois. And then if you click day 3, you can see that there's a severe thunderstorm threat, a slight risk, as they say, for severe weather across central and northern parts of Texas. And then when we look at day 4 through 8, this is done by probability. It has a 15% chance of severe weather in place across Louisiana, stretching up through Kentucky. So we're in spring, and the Storm Prediction Center's website is very helpful when tracking severe weather to help you really understand what's happening in the atmosphere. And you as a meteorologist, you can verify that by looking at different maps. So I'll go back to the main weather page. You can click on the icon toward the right of the page, get back to the home page, and just show you they have a few more other things you can look at: air quality, satellite, past weather. Again, they have all the alerts and so much more. So if you're thinking about exploring the Weather.gov page, I definitely recommend it. You pay about $3 per year as a U.S. citizen for these resources, and I think it's money well spent. So thanks again for checking out this video, and make sure to stay tuned for the next video. Until then, enjoy your day, and just enjoy everything about it.